What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How the heck are you doing? It's Todd. It is Dusty. It is Avery. It's Origami, or Ramel. It's Zach and it's Drew. What's up? Happy Friday! It's the Nerd Dan. Woo!
Woo-hoo!
Awesome. So, Ramel, we were just talking in the green room here. So you were talking about that Busta Rhymes full clip movie. I saw a couple things. I don't know why it just popped up in my feed, and both of them happened today. The first thing is Andre 3000 has a YouTube channel, but he hasn't uploaded a video in 7 years. Like, there's nothing there. And today he dropped like 8 or 9 brand new tracks, and it's like this. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but it's pretty cool, man. It's like kind of jazzy, right? It's kind of like really eclectic. I don't even know if he's singing on it, because the one I heard, there was no vocals. It was just him making music. I think that dude hit a creative wall after Outkast.
You think?
Yeah, pretty hard.
Yeah,
And,
I think he's even said that something similar to that is why he stopped.
Yeah, he wants to make like really great hip hop, but it's just not coming out. He even said on this, he's like, yeah, I started out wanting to make a badass hip hop album, but what ended up happening was this, and that's what he's kind of releasing, which is pretty cool. Like, whatever. He's incredibly talented, so it's pretty cool. And then
the demands of the genre has greatly changed, more towards to appeal the audience. So you really don't get a lot of authentic music anymore because it's not being marketed. So.
Yeah, I will say, man, and this is not to knock anybody. I saw them. So I used to see him all the time in like clubs and stuff in like Atlanta, because he used to be, he was everywhere. And Cartoon Network, he used to do a lot of stuff with Cartoon Network. But I saw Outkast live, and I think The Roots was the backup band for them. This was years and years and years ago. This is during like the Stankonia tour. And I swear to God, they were lip syncing, like full on instruments were not being played. Like they were lip syncing and kind of faking the stuff. So, it kind of, I know he's crazy talented, so it's not like I don't really knock it, but it was a little disappointing to see it live
yeah,
right. Like it was obviously not right.
Yeah, that became super big. The thing in the 90s is bands would play what they call a backup track, but that's all you could hear was the backup track.
Yeah, and I don't even think their vocals were legit. Like, I'm pretty sure they were faking the whole thing. Yeah, I was like, oh man, like, all right, but I got to see them, which is cool. It just was, but considering they kind of ended soon after that, and then they ended up doing that last double album, which was really like 2 singles from different guys. Like it, it was
the Love Below.
Love Below, yeah. Which really is like, it's like a double album, but it's really not. It's just like Andre did one and Big Boy did the other, and that was it. Like that was like a divorce in record form, But and then so that I saw today, and then the other thing that was really crazy was for some reason DJ Premier popped up in my feed. And he did a track. He did a track with Common, and like Common used to be fucking dope before he was like a TV star and all that shit. Like Common was good. You've heard Common before, Ramel. Come on.
No. I'm not saying that. I agree. He was good, but I think people's career like kind of evolved because they just don't want to be limited to like say maybe a particular genre. Like I want to say Will Smith was kind of the first of his kind, because he made hip hop and then he made it into television. Then he made music and he was very good. Despite the controversy, he was very good at what he did.
Yeah. Speaking of Will Smith, I have something for you later, Ramel.
All right, sweet.
No, we don't want to see that.
Oh boy.
This is a trailer. It's good. It's fine. But I'll just say this: like, Common did a track, and it was really bad. Like, it was like, I mean, it was still common, so he's naturally gifted. He's a gifted lyricist, but like, man, it was like really slow, and he was just kind of having a conversation like this, and I used to love her and blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, great, like,
You know what? Me and a coworker, we had this discussion some time back, and like when an artist first come out, you know how they're like really good, like their like debut albums are like really really good. Then later, their material doesn't seem nowhere near as good.
yeah,
It's because, well, I feel, my opinion, not a fact, my opinion. I feel as though when you're trying to make a name for yourself or market yourself, you put out some of your best work. So once that's established, you don't feel the pressure of trying to, put your name out there. It's already out
right,
there. You're selling
right.
your name more so than you're selling your product. So as long as your name is attached to a particular song, the song doesn't have to be that great. As long as your name is attached to it, it'll sell. So that's why you have a decline in quality in such people's careers and what they put out.
Yeah, I think it's related to that. My impression is kind of the same. Mine is more like, I think you
They're
got to
not
have
hungry.
skin in the game. Do you know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
when you're like, I got to make good music or I can't fucking eat. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Or I'm going to go back to my day job or whatever. Like when the pressure's on, you're gonna fucking swing for the fences every single time. Like when you're older and you've succeeded and there's no consequence, like it's just a track. He's a multimillionaire. I'm sure he's got a big family. Might even have grandkids now. I don't know, but like there's no fear and there's no the fire's gone because there's no threat.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
they're not
no
hungry.
whether he does a he knows the song's not gonna be a top 10 hit because that ain't the vibe anymore. So it's like he's just gonna sing to have fun and not really worry about like if it's gonna put bread on the table. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of more he gets to chill, and he definitely looked like he was having fun, right? He was smiling, but it was kind of like it'd be like if we all were just like, hey, yo, guys, you guys want to record like another lapdog thing? We'll sit around the Andrew's kitchen table and draw. Like we'd have a blast, you know what I'm saying? But we're not going to be like drawing anything serious and trying to prove ourselves or anything.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Oh, kind of. Todd, you probably didn't know this, but I thought about this thing because I was expecting to be in a nerd day. Do you realize the first time I ever skipped school was with you that day?
Really?
Yeah. That was my first
I'm
time.
responsible.
Yeah, you're responsible. You didn't know that after all these years, you're responsible.
I had no idea, dude.
No, because we were driving along like, hey, you want to skip school? I was like, okay.
I was the influence.
Yeah, so we just sat around watching anime all day.
Yeah, man. We had a
The whole
blast.
time
Whatever.
Yeah, I was scared. Like, man, I'm supposed to be in school. You're a bad influence, Todd. Bad influence.
I was a bad influence. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we were. I mean, hindsight being 2020, man, we were like, all of us were a group of really good kids. Like, we didn't do jack shit. I mean, for the most part.
Speak for yourself.
For the most part, there's only one of us that got some chick pregnant
Hey,
during high school.
I'm sorry. Who was that talking? What?
Who, me?
No, not you.
I was the baddest good boy in our group. We were
That's
all a
true.
bunch
You're
of
the
good
only one
kids,
that got
but
a
I
girl
was the
pregnant in
bad
high
one.
school.
Yeah, yeah. I did do that.
Todd, maybe later we need to include a bullshit meter.
I approve of this.
Yeah, Drew really buried the needle on that one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. Oh my god. I'm looking at there's a lot of really good artwork on sale, like Heritage. I'm pulling some stuff for us to check out. Andrew, how are you, man? He muted himself.
Fantastic. Well, I'm beeping stuff, so I didn't want you guys to hear my beeping.
Oh, because you're editing or something?
Not editing, scanning.
Oh, scanning. Got it.
Yep.
Dusty, how you doing, brother?
I'm here.
Nobody cares.
Great. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Andrew, you're so mean.
We'll just put you over here for now.
I like your style.
We're starting off good. That's all I care about. Starting off good.
Who had Drew would be kicked from the show within the first 15 minutes? I'd win that poll. That pool.
Well, you're just trying to do it to win. That's why.
I was just teasing Dusty. He's the jealous bitch that kicked me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh God. Okay.
He's just trying it. Don't let him push your buttons. Don't let him push your
Yeah.
buttons.
Yeah. We'll let that one slide.
I love
some
you,
people
Dusty.
can't control themselves. It's okay.
He's just trying.
You're my
He's just-
favorite, Dusty. I love you.
I know. Just let it all out.
Romel, you missed an interesting show last night. Avery, you did too.
I'm fine with it.
We played their game, and I swear for the first 15 minutes, I'm sitting there going, what the F is going on? I had no clue what was happening. I had no idea what was going on. None of it made sense. The map, none of it made sense to me whatsoever. And then I started to get into it, and it got interesting. But at the beginning, I was extremely lost.
Sounds like the first time you had sex.
or the 50th.
I did not put anything in the wrong hole at all.
Well, wait a minute now, Andrew. No. We have evidence. Hey, Ramel, do me a favor.
No. You said we have evidence.
Yeah. I'm bringing it up. Do me a favor, would you? I'm going to pull something up. Would you do me the honor of reading this? This was a testimonial from our friend KG, who was on last night, who was in chat. This is the testimonial. Go read that for me, would you, Ramel?
Oh shit.
Oh, it's on your phone, isn't it?
No, not my phone. It's just really. Oh wait, I didn't know I could do that. What part am I reading? The adult fantasy?
No. Just what KG said. This is hilarious, and you can keep reading.
Okay, this is hilarious. Someone asks, "What are you listening to?" I say, "An ape in a bath smoking a cigar while an alien is taking a dump, laughing out loud. If this was a normal RPG game, I'd be sorely disappointed, sir. Leave it to Andrew to give the ape a reach around. LOL." Wow.
So there was apparently an ape in the bathtub smoking a cigar, and he started to slide under the water, under the bubbles. And Andrew asked if there was something else in the tub, and Zach said, "Well, yeah, about halfway down his torso, below around his waist area, there seems to be something there." And Andrew went for it. Andrew went for it, and he found,
Nothing.
magic.
I don't think I pulled up anything, to be honest with you.
You found his prize?
He found his prize. We tried to keep it PG because Andrew was going for it.
Well, all right.
And but Zach did a brilliant job.
It was actually a rubber ducky.
Yeah,
Yes,
we turned it into
I
a rubber
remember.
ducky.
I remember a rubber ducky popping up.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been something else, but I don't want us to get kicked. So.
Yeah, he was being very good.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah, Zach is a very good man.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It was absolutely a great game.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. Let's see if I can find something here.
Yeah, sorry I was on mute. I for some reason I felt an inexplicable urge to see a music video for Shimmy Shimmy Yeah. You mentioned you mentioned like the for some reason you mentioned ODB, and I just felt like, yeah, I need to hear that song again. So yeah, it's classic '90s hip hop. They don't really make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. So, Ramel,
I was listening to that stuff like last week. For some reason, I was like listening to that in Wu-Tang Clan.
classic Wu-Tang is great, man. There was a lot of good hip hop in the '90s, man.
Not so much anymore.
I still have. I was still listening to every time I think of that. So for those that don't know, we maybe we'll put this out one day. The Lapdog Press video stuff. One of my favorite scenes is at Andrew's house. We were sitting around the table on a Saturday drawing or something. And Ramel brings a tape over, puts it on, and all of a sudden we're drawing to heads down, asses up. Do you remember this? Head down, ass up.
It's one of those bitches ain't shit but hoes into it.
Yeah.
Yes, in the middle of my parents' house.
Ramel, you're muted.
Nobody was home.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Hey, Ramel, I have one more thing for you. You mentioned Will Smith.
God.
As and this is a genuine question, and because I think so in my opinion, this is literally the heart, like a straight murder. Like this is, I'm going to show you something. So basically it came out, there's an accusation, whatever, that Will Smith is gay or some nonsense.
Dwayne Martin, something like that.
Yeah. Have you seen this?
Looks familiar. That's a TikTok page.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's Twitter, but basically, this is the guy who said that he was gay is Will Smith's friend of 40 years. All right.
Yeah. I've seen that. I didn't entertain it.
You saw this? You saw this clip?
I didn't watch the clip. I've seen the clip appear. I did not click on it.
Okay, I want you to listen to this because to me, this is a straight up assassination. Like, it's so hard. It's so hardcore. I'm like, this guy, I mean, he's just murdering Will Smith. Like, I mean, and it's fucking hilarious. Like his language and the way he describes it.
All right.
It's like, and kudos to the woman, Tasha K, whoever she is, because I was dying. It takes a lot for me to crack up, but this guy just straight up took a saw to fucking Will Smith, and she's just sitting there like stone faced, and you can tell she's trying to be professional and not die laughing and cracking up. Holy shit! So
before you play this, by any chance, is this have anything to do with a baby's leg?
Yes.
Okay. Then I've seen this. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yes. So just I'm just like, from as another man, especially like a black man, I just want to know if you feel the same way. I was like, this motherfucker just murdered this dude. Like, wow, like full on assassination. So I'm gonna play this. Let me see if I can make it big. All right. Are you ready?
Shoot.
You looked at my Instagram, you see the hundreds of celebrities that I've done business with, done things with. And during the latter years of our relationship, Will was not my friend. I was his friend. I was around before they had Trey. Jada was the woman that everybody wanted. And Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick?
Oh, I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars. You can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
And who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Well, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book. Your pictures in the book and your name is in the book. So you like you doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
I love that.
I'm blowing you up.
This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say no, they probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. and they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I've saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they're calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder. There was murder in there.
God.
Okay. What did you do?
Even when I was with the deer and headlights, and I finally said, oh shit.
He said he was murdering there. He said he was murdering him. Standing up murdering him.
That whole situation is sad. Sad as hell.
So Ramel.
Oh man. Oh.
He's murdering him in there. He's just
God.
taking him out.
Okay, I'm good.
Romel?
That's messed up.
Romel?
Yeah.
If you were trying to destroy somebody who used to be a friend of yours, this is the kind of crap you'd go on a talk show and tell. Am I right or what?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's a steep price to pay when you're in the entertainment and you're a person that's generating wealth.
Yeah, man.
A lot of those skeletons are going to be exposed, true or not true.
I mean, your wife wants a baby leg and you're bent over a couch getting murdered. Gotta have that baby leg. And they show a picture of Tupac.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't hide the fact that she was in love with Tupac and still in love with Tupac.
Yeah, I know. But
she constantly humiliates him and publicly.
That's what
I don't like. It's like, bro, take some accountability.
Yeah. He must. I'm just saying, Will Smith must have pissed off a lot of fucking people. You know, he had such a good aura, with Fresh Prince, but when he went up on stage and did the slap, I think a lot of people were like, "Yo, who is this guy? What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, since then it's just been one public humiliation after the other.
He's been getting beat.
Oh no, it was. I had him before that when it came out that Jada had sexual relations with the other artist, August Alsina. It was.
Oh yeah, with one of their son's friends. She was cucking him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
All downhill from there.
That's legitimate.
There was an interview where she interviewed Will, and just constantly and just humiliated him. And
I saw that.
Red Table Talk.
Yeah, that's horrific. It's dude, this woman does not respect you on any level.
No.
Or care about you at all.
Me personally, I'd have flipped that fucking table on her face.
He just doesn't seem like a very nice person. Some people you can just look at their face and see that they're just straight mean. You know what I'm talking about?
Some people hide that very well because you have I'm trying to think. No. I
Yeah.
like you know who you can tell is a total B. I mean,
Hmm.
she does great movies, but she looks like a total B. Forgive
Yeah.
me. What's her name? From the Hunger Games movies. I can't think of her name.
Oh,
Jennifer Lawrence.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's good at her craft, but
She's not that good.
Hey, Richard, what's up, man?
She's attractive, but that's it.
have you seen the movie Red Sparrow?
No, I
Yes.
haven't. I
Didn't
don't
she get-
watch her movies.
It's well, Avery. I tell you what. When you get to a certain part, you'll decide on whether you want to go on or not. I'm not going to give that away.
Yeah,
Well, there's a lot of like, well, yeah.
Yeah, Ty, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that thought it was going to be like a Black Widow movie, and there was a lot more sex in it than you would have expected.
Thanks for clarifying, Andrew.
But I mean, it was more like a spy espionage thriller than it was. Well, the sex really didn't matter to me. It made it very interesting, but it really didn't matter to me. I mean, it didn't make or break the movie.
Hey, what's up, Richard?
Yeah, I heard it was actually. I mean, people described it as a really good Black Widow movie. So
It's more it's like more of a Black Widow, like the Red Room, but without all the Marvel fluff, straight espionage.
Right on.
Okay.
Hey, since you're mentioning Black Widow, so apparently there's a rumor going around that as part of their effort to basically pull the MCU out of its own ass, they're going to try and bring back all the original characters from the first from like Phase 1. So Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Chris Evans. Just bring even though they all died or have moved on, they're gonna try and resurrect them through some like massive ass pull, and hopefully that'll save the MCU from what it's become.
Yeah, it's terrible now. Like I said, it reached its climax in Endgame, and it just shot its load. So it's.
Well, you guys were mentioning Will Smith earlier. I mean, there's another '90s icon that's currently being put through the ringer. Apparently, yeah, I still think of him as Puff Daddy. I can't. I mean, even though it's been like 20 years, I still can't call him P Diddy because like it doesn't really work for me. I mean, you were Puffy. You were always Puffy. Why change that? Why change it? But anyway, so apparently he got up to some really, really freaky shit. And, if you read it, it's like, this can't be real. I mean, seriously. I mean, but then again, you never can tell nowadays. I mean,
yeah, you don't know. Because, like, in the 90s, I was like, no, hell no. But now.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of, like, weird stuff coming out about people you thought were on the up and up. I mean, but then again, I have no idea who Cassie is. I mean, I've heard the name, but I don't really know the music.
Who?
It's the woman who's suing him. Apparently, they had an on and off thing for like 15 years, during which time apparently he was pretty much like committing every crime for which they have a law, and a few for which they don't. I mean, apparently his big thing apparently was paying male prostitutes to have sex with her while he watched.
Wait, back up what?
So this is in the post, so near a post. So I don't know. So take it for what it's worth. But apparently his thing was paying male prostitutes to like have sex with her while he watched, and got himself off.
Who is this?
Like
Diddy or Puff Daddy, whatever it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called cuckold, which
Yeah.
I have a very interesting story about that I will not say live.
I bet you do remember.
Probably for the best. I think we're already skirting the line as it is.
Well,
Brunel was the bull.
No. But like I said, when we go off live, I'll share that experience to you.
Yeah, I actually had I knew a lot of gay guys in New York City, and one of them was a socialite. He hung out at like all the socialite parties. Like he was telling me stuff that Anderson Cooper used to do, like because Anderson Cooper is not straight.
No, I didn't. I saw an article that said he was gay. Like,
yeah, no, So I heard about that years
so
ago.
He said you didn't have to really convince me that he was gay. I was like, well,
yeah, no. But what surprised me is he was like, oh yeah, he said a lot of hip hop stars are gay, and I was like, what? And he was like, oh yeah. I said, name one. He said Sean Combs. I said, what? Puff Daddy's not gay, and he was like, oh yeah, he is. Like he was serious. He was like, oh yeah, he is. He said, I've seen him. I was like, all right. I had to take his word for it. I don't know if it's true or not, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's been circulating for some years.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, who knows? Who cares? But it's not even a big deal, but it's just like, you know, it's kind of interesting, you know.
He's broken up with women I wish I had.
Yeah, me too. Shit.
Obviously your wife's not home.
I mean, not me.
Not me. Love you, honey.
Baby. I'm just kidding.
Todd screen goes dark.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I got some art to show tonight. I also got we got a care package that came in from one of our friends that we should talk about. No, I can't wait to show you guys. But before I do, Andrew, there was something you were gonna share tonight that you were talking about last night, and I actually can't remember what it was. Do you remember?
No, I had just mentioned that the wife and I went and saw the Marvels.
Oh yeah, how was it?
She liked it. She enjoyed it.
Did you like it?
No.
Really? So just for clarification, because Andrew, I love you to death, sir, but you love some shitty fucking movies, bro. Like you love some bad movies. So Andrew, if you think it was a bad movie, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it was a really bad movie.
No, I don't think it was a good movie. Let's just say there was a battle scene, like fighter jets or alien spaceships and people fighting, and I literally fell asleep during it.
Oh God.
And yeah, I woke up and they were like on their way out, and I'm like, okay, I know I missed something important, but it didn't really matter. But the actress that plays Kamala Khan, she was the best part of the movie. She was great.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Apparently,
she was adorable. Every line, she was great. Everybody else was stiff as a board, and it was I don't. You go see John Wick, and John Wick is a killing machine, right? And as the movies go on, you realize this guy is one badass mother effer. You know, he's awesome. In this movie, they get into several fight scenes, and they are the greatest fighters in the world. They put Captain America to shame. They're that well choreographed as fighters. Even Monica Rambeau is like this awesome kick-ass fighter, to the point where you're like, wait, what's going on here? How are these women defeating everybody in a fight and just tearing them apart? And it's a really weird. It was a really like weird movie.
No stakes kind of a thing.
I kept the main bad girl.
Yeah,
she had like metal in her teeth, and every time she talked on the screen, I got distracted by the metal that was in her teeth. Like she originally, when she starts talking, you see that two of the teeth on the side have metal, and then she's got a metal piece like right in the middle, and I'm like, is that part of her costume, or is that what she really has? These gold teeth things, and it kept distracting me every time she talked. I had no idea what she was talking about because I wasn't paying attention to any of it. I was looking at the metal in her mouth. It was just sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know a feminism agenda when I see one.
Oh, it was definitely that. It was definitely that.
I mean,
But I didn't really
I'm
care.
not-
But my wife was really
Maybe
happy because
more-
they had kitty cats in it. So they had lots and lots of kitty cats. So
No, you have to specify because when you say kitty cats,
watch the trailer. It has lots of kitty cats in it.
Cats, feline animals, cats.
okay, yeah, you gotta
Actual actual kittens.
you have to make those distinctions.
Yeah,
For you, I do. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yes.
you do. Yeah, you almost made him interested in the movie, Andrew. Come on.
Yeah.
But if you really want to watch, really want to see it, I mean, if it's on the top of your list to see, don't pay for it. Wait till it goes on Disney Plus. So.
Anybody
And
see Werewolf by Night?
Nope, still haven't seen it yet.
No, I really want to though. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
It's not good.
That shit was horrible.
Really? Because the trailer looks so good, man.
Put it like this: the movie looked like one long trailer. It's like they're procrastinating to give you a good story. Next thing you know, the story happens like that. Like, fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet. And they're doing a color version of it too, aren't they?
Well, it starts out black and white, which is great. I was into it. Then it's like they have these build up of these characters, and it flopped. It really flopped for me.
That's
So, I mean,
sorry to hear that because that really had a lot of promise. I thought that was going to be the best one.
Watch at your own risk. It's like a short movie, like I want to say like 90 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was also a series.
Nope,
Well,
it was just one special.
Yeah, it's like a long Christmas special. But while we're on the subject of Marvel flopping, yeah, the Blade movie is bomb in the making.
Yeah, didn't it cancel? What's up, Doc? How you doing? Doc says, "Sup, dorks."
So, folk.
Yeah, because then I heard they like rewrote it like 3 times, and then they were going to make him like the 4th lead character, and it's going to be run by women, and there was going to have like life lessons in it, and then they decided to cut it after the Marvels didn't do well. Like, dude, I am so sorry, but like Blade is the easiest. I can see how like a Punisher movie can be kind of hard, right? I thought the Punisher Netflix show was perfect. Like the first season, maybe even the second, like perfect. But I can understand why in the past Punisher movies didn't do well because I could see it kind of being difficult. Dude, Blade is got to be the easiest fucking movie to ever make. Like, it's a tough dude that's a vampire killing other vampires. Like, it's easy. There's nothing to fuck up.
Let me remind you of a movie they made called Morbius.
Yeah, well, I know, but like, this should be like, you put Blade. Okay, let me like put Blade in the 70s and make it like a blaxploitation film, but like ultra violent, like a Tarantino movie, like a drive-in, you know, like the Grindhouse films. Tell me that wouldn't kill.
It would.
It would be sick as fuck, dude.
It would. Like I said, I was a fan. I remember how amazing the first Blade movie was. I was like, oh shit, that was damn good.
Let me tell you what would make a Blade movie, a trailer that would make Blade a $1 billion movie. And it sounds like I'm kidding, but I'm not. In my opinion, if they want to get over all this bullshit that they're doing right now, here's the trailer. You do it. You're doing like, you start the trailer with Blade about to take out a bad guy. Then you have the two women, whatever the actors were doing that were going to be the lead, his daughter that was supposed to be a lesbian or something. Like you didn't hear that part? If she was going to be, the new Blade was going to be his daughter who's a lesbian. And that was where they were going to get the female empowerment thing, whatever. But whatever. You put them in the
what
trailer.
they did in the comics. They introduced his daughter in the comics.
Yeah.
And she's.
They did the same thing with Lobo. They did the same thing with it's the Lobo thing. They did the same thing with Lobo.
Wait, too much. What?
Andrew, you take this. I'll get back to my trailer.
No, because I know I saw something where Blade had a daughter. So,
yes, they recently introduced Blade's daughter, and she's. I don't think she's a lesbian. I think she's asexual, or something like that. I mean, they made a big point to point that out in her comic series. In her series,
the source material, the comics, the source material is she's lesbian.
Yes.
Fine. If you establish a character as such, fine. But I have a problem where you trying to shoehorn that in, and that's not part of that character.
No. What you don't understand, that is her entire character. That's the only thing that's important about her.
Yeah.
Is her sexuality. That's it. There's nothing else important about her. The fact that she's Blade's daughter is kind of secondary. Her sexuality is the most important part about her. Because that's what they talk about through the entire series.
Well, you know, it's like that classic South Park bit, where they had it's like, put a woman in it, make her gay, make it lame, that sort of thing.
That's South Park.
South Park did a number.
Oh, South Park didn't pull any punches.
Yeah. And so here's what I think though. Okay. So you get Blade, he's about to take out a vampire. The two girls come out, whatever. They start to like do some like life lesson or something or whatever. And then Blade just murks them, takes them out, kicks their ass, or they get stabbed by the vampire. And then Blade has to kick ass, and then the whole fucking movie the whole rest of the trailer is just like grindhouse, fucking, Dodge Chargers and hot women and blood. Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh no, let me point this out. You probably already know this. Remember when Quentin Tarantino did Planet Terror and Death Proof?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, all those like 70s grindhouse movies.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Put Blade right there in that movie.
Remember how they had all those false trailers in there, like Machete premiered? Yeah. Okay, let's make Machete a movie. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And
that's what I'm saying, dude. It was so good.
The one I remembered the trailer for the one Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's out now. I will go to see that.
Dude, that is what they need. That is like what they need is like that is a superhero movie. Machete is a superhero movie. Like
Thanksgiving is a slasher movie. Yes.
It's great. Like you need to like you just bring it back to what's really good about all this stuff. They would turn Blade into like Marvel's Joker movie, right? Like make it just straight up like off the wall. And this is what's so crazy. They have fucked up their characters so hard that everything we're talking about here, not only is it a legitimately better idea, but any one of us, or maybe together, we could do that book, call it something other than Blade, and just take the fucking property.
You know what?
We should do that then. With our.
I like that.
I'll give you a storyline.
All right.
Let's say in whatever near future, Blade goes into a time machine and reemerges doing slavery.
Right. Totally, dude. Yeah. I would kill to see like Blade but Roots.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great, dude.
Yeah. So basically, what you would do there is just take the plot of like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yes.
And make it Blade.
Oh yeah.
Well, they kind of already made that movie. It was called Django Unchained.
Yeah.
Blade Unchained. There you go.
Yeah, but you throw vampires at it, it's totally different.
Do you know Marvel did a Police Academy comic series?
Yes.
Did they really?
Didn't know that.
Look at that. Oh, I remember those types of books. They were doing a bunch of comedy books for a minute.
You know, guys. I mean, if you watch the original Blade movie, I mean, today it still holds up. I mean, you know, like the special effects are kind of janky because like early '90s, but the movie itself, by and large, it does all right. You know.
I think that's because of the actual script. The script was good.
Well, and the casting was perfect. I mean, they had Wesley Snipes and Stephen Dorff in it. So.
Yep.
And
Also,
Chris Christopherson. What's that?
Briefly had Tracy Lords in that movie.
Yeah, she was she was that vampire in the beginning who got in the beginning, the first scene where they're driving into the club.
Yep.
She has the mark.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Tracy Lords. Yeah. I mean.
Also, Donald, I can't pronounce his last name, Luge, whatever, that played Quinn. He played his part very well. Even as a supporting cast, he was really good.
Who? Which one again?
The one that played Quinn.
Donald Logue. That's his name. Yeah.
Donald Logue. Yeah. Even though he didn't have he had a supporting role, he was still good.
Oh yeah, well he's one of those guys who's like he's one of those guys who's like that guy,
Yeah.
People see him, they say, where do I know that guy from? But he's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, he was there's tons of guys like that out there. But no, I mean,
one guy. Damn, I just recently found out his name. He's a Hispanic guy. He's been in over 100 movies. He's always in the background.
And he always Hector. His name's always Hector.
No, not that guy. Not that guy. Not the Hector from the Fast and Furious movies. This guy. He's, I want to say his name is Thomas Rosales Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you got a phone, Google him. He's a Hispanic guy that's always in the background, and he's been in countless movies. Well, Danny Trejo is no. Danny Trejo is no longer the background guy. He's moved to the front.
Oh, I got something for you guys.
Shoot.
Check this out. So we got. I'm gonna pin myself for 1 second here. Solo layout.
Do it.
So Doc says Danny Trejo. Is that what you're thinking about? Danny Trejo?
No, not Danny Trejo. It's Thomas Rosales Jr.
We'll have to pull him a picture because I'm sure I've recognized him, but I don't remember. I don't know the name.
When you see this picture, you're like, oh, that guy.
So our friends at Atmos. So Atmos are a bunch of incredible creators. They're in Web3, I think. I think I'm allowed to say that. I don't know. But they're incredible creators, really talented artists. And they, Tommy Lee Edwards is a part of their group, right? They sent us a care package for an upcoming, we're going to do an upcoming giveaway. So I want to share with you what they sent us because it's super cool. And props to the team. Like, they're so good, man. It's such a strong team, and they're genuinely good people, and it's a really good project. So I'm going to share some of the stuff out. So first we got Atmos pins. Check this out. We got these Atmos pins, right? So I got a couple each of these, right? That's pretty cool. So you got the Atmos pin. We got some Atmos stickers. Pretty cool stickers. These are actually really nice, like well done stickers. We got a bunch of stickers. I guess these are like helmets. Like, look at that, man! Like chrome sticker helmets for their characters and shit.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, right? Then this is a great idea, and sorry, Atmos, I may be ripping this off because this is dope. They took some of the panels from their comic and made them into stickers. So these are like vinyl stickers. Isn't that cool?
That is cool. I like that.
Yeah, super good, and the artwork is like top notch.
It is very cool.
This is another sticker they did. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I like that.
The speed lines on that, man. They did the brushwork to make it look like it's moving fast. Is great. Like really slick. And then this is the best one, man. Like if you're gonna pick a shot for a sticker, isn't that awesome?
That is.
That's a huge sticker. Is that like a bumper sticker?
Yeah, it's a bumper sticker that just says "fucker" on it.
That's cool.
Then they sent us some prints. So there's two types of prints. So this is the first print, right?
Okay.
Isn't that gorgeous? And what's crazy is like this is like matte. It's not like glossy, like that glossy crap. It's like really, really high quality. And then this piece, the composition and the colors. Like, look at that.
Looks like something Romel would do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to grasp the image, but I understand it now.
Yeah. It takes a second because it's like the color balance is so strong, right? And then it wouldn't be complete without comics. So they sent us a couple issues of Atmos Exordium, right? And the artwork is top notch, man. It's this is who did the artwork? So Tommy Lee was the creative director, and Andrea Gucci. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But top notch art. Like, check this out. Kind of in the vein of like your Tommy Lee Jones. Let me start Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Edwards and John Paul Leon kind of style.
Yeah, I think I follow the artist on Instagram actually.
Yeah, he's great, man. Really good. Tommy Lee Jones, give me a break. I know, dude. It's late. Look at the colors, man. They're not pop.
Yeah, so that one panel on your.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I'll make a dope sticker.
This one right here, or
yeah, that one. Yep.
This one, yeah. These are great, man. So props for that, and they sent us a copy of the graphic novel. So this is the entire,
nice.
The first. I think it's the first 3 issues. Although graphic novel is usually 6, it feels more like how many issues is this? Does it say? I don't know how many issues this is, but it feels 2, 3. Four. Oh yeah, so it's 3 issues, but like some great work, man. Like some character stuff in the back, right? Really good character designs in the back.
Cool.
And then like the pages, just like beautiful art, really top notch, excellent job. So we're gonna be keeping it all for ourselves. No, I'm just kidding.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
We're gonna be doing a giveaway, and we definitely wanted to say thanks to Atmos for passing it over, and those guys are fantastic. Go check them out if you guys are curious. It's atmoslabs.io. So that's atmoslabs.io, and you can go check out their stuff. And yeah, man, quality work, quality books from real comic people that know what's up. And I think they're making games and all kinds of cool shit. So definitely go check it out. Doc says that's really nice, and the graphic novel cover looks great. Yeah, it's really high quality stuff all around. I was very impressed because they said they were going to send some stuff, and I was like, all right. I expected like 2 comics or something, and I was like, holy crap! Like they sent a full care package for this stuff. So, wicked stuff, man. Wicked stuff. So it's good to know, man. I'm telling you, Web3, what we're doing is the future of comics, and everybody knows it. So those that are in the know it, I guess. Like everybody else is just going to be dying on the vine, but that is their cross to bear and not ours. So Andrew, I got some artwork before I jump into that from auction house stuff. You got any comics? You got anything graded? Where are you?
Believe it or not, I didn't get any new graded comics this week.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I've got a bunch on its way to me, but nothing new for this week.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay. Nothing. Nothing to show. You didn't bring anything to show and tell tonight.
Nope, nothing to. Well, I do have the first issue of the new G.I. Joe series from Image Comics and Skybound.
Oh shit! Okay, hold on. Let me solo lay out that. Let's hold it up again.
Andy Kubert did the cover.
That's awesome, dude. That cover rocks.
Yeah, and the inside art's pretty good. I kind of skimmed it. I didn't read the whole thing, but this is the new from Skybound. It's actually really funny, as it says. You see where it says down at the bottom, first issue? It actually says 300 and first issue.
Oh, that's
because they have Larry Hama doing the writing, and he's picking it up right at where they ended with issue 300 from IDW.
Well, was IDW, did IDW do 300 issues, or did IDW continue it from the Marvel series?
IDW continued it from the Marvel series.
Yeah.
And then, so it's kind of cool. But we'll see. And it's set in the same universe, their same universe as Transformers, their new Transformers line. So it'll be crossing over with Transformers probably soon enough.
Oh, I definitely see that.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
That'd
be cool.
Have you seen that latest Transformers movie, Rise of the Beast?
Yes.
Where they pitched a G.I. Joe crossover?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So both Transformers and G.I. Joe are owned by Hasbro. Hasbro controls everything. The fact that they are not making like crossover cartoons and crossover movies to this point is insane. You know, they're two properties that literally go together well together. So,
well, Andrew, if you remember, in the original run of the Transformers, I believe it was the original run of Transformers. There was an episode where they did a brief crossover. It was like a hint. It was a hinting crossover where you had the Cobra Commander that was at the end of the G.I. Joe episode. Not a lot of people know that.
Did Larry Hama, like Doc was like, wow, Larry Hama's been doing Joe for so long. Has he written every issue?
Not every issue, but a big chunk of it. He actually, I believe he wrote the first issue.
Well, that's why I was asking, because I'm pretty sure he wrote the first issue, but I don't remember him doing any other book.
Yeah, he's well known for his work on G.I. Joe, so. Oh, goodness gracious. Woman.
There's a cat. Why are you calling the cat a woman?
Because it's a girl.
You call your cats women?
Well, she is a woman.
No.
She's a female cat.
I can't keep up with who's a woman and who's not. The cat is not a woman.
You sound like society.
What is a woman? All right, go up.
Dr. Funk says, I used to have a big run on the original Marvel Joe series, loaned it out, and then a tornado struck my friend's house.
Oh no.
That's a likely story, Doc. I think you got lied to.
What?
He just didn't want to give you his issues back, man.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Wait.
What are you doing? Get off of my keyboard.
Welcome
What?
to my world, kid.
I
No.
recommend a spray bottle.
While he's on the keyboard.
I opened up the door for the dog, and all the cats are coming in. Out. Here, I know what she wants. Here, see this little piece of paper?
Oh, Doc.
So Doc says, no cat ass. We had enough with 8 reach arounds last night. Doc, you missed it. We were reviewing the speaking about reach arounds, we were reviewing the Will Smith trailer. I made Ramel turn his camera off. He was laughing so hard.
Oh my God! Don't bring that up.
I just never have seen another man beat up another man with just words before that way. And the nicest, like, without cussing, without raising his voice. Just, yeah. Dwayne was just standing there, just murdering him. Kind of bent over a couch. It was a murder scene.
Oh, you guys want to see? You know how I showed you guys before, the issue of Star Wars Episode 1, issue number 3, which was the first appearance of Darth Maul, and I had it graded and gave it to Mike for his birthday.
Mhm.
Well, I now have another issue that I'm going to have graded, and this will hopefully I'll have it back in time for Christmas. If not, you know, he already knows I got it. But this is Star Wars: The Clone Wars Adventures from the free Comic Book Day edition. From, I forget what year this came out, but this is the first appearance in the comics of General Grievous.
Oh, cool.
So he's a big fan. He likes the bad guys. He's always liked the bad guys. So that's the next one on his list of comics to have graded. And
bad guys are always the best part.
Yep. He doesn't know it,
I mean,
but I have the first appearance of Cad Bane in comics as well.
Who?
Cad Bane.
I don't know who that is.
He's the blue bounty hunter that looks like a cowboy. Did you watch The Mandalorian season 2?
Who?
He showed up in the last episode, which is one of the many beefs I have with that show. I mean, got a character like that badass should have been the villain from the start, but
yeah, well, he looked great though. He looked really good.
He looked great, but he was on and he was dead. So, character that lethal should have been the baddie from the start of the season.
Well, maybe.
Cad Bane is a hoss. He says bad guys are cool, except for the Knights of Ren.
Which they never explained what that is in all 3 of those new movies, what Knights of Ren are.
Yeah.
They weren't really used at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, my
I
son
don't know why
has.
that was just bad writing, I guess. I don't know.
All 3 of those movies it's just all bad writing. They're terrible.
Hey, you guys want to see some
Honestly,
artwork?
the first one wasn't that bad. The first one was pretty good.
No, it was bad.
It was pretty good.
You're wrong.
I'm never wrong.
You're wrong a lot.
I know.
Doc says it was so fucking dumb. They had to retro that shit in the comics, and it was still stupid. Doc, if you want to hop on, I know you're not feeling well, but if you wanted to hop on, you ping me and I'll send you a link anytime. Just in case you're tired of typing. You let me know. But I also don't want to put any no pressure, man, because I know you're kind of getting better. So I saw Doc today. He looked like he was melting into his couch. Oh, look at that motherfucker. He's like, let's go. All right, let's bring him in. All right, Doc. I'm sending you a thingamajig. I'm sending you a what's it on the thingy thing. Look at you. He just pinged me. Let's go. There you go. Doc's hardcore, man. Dude,
Do you have this issue, Todd?
No, dude. That's one of my all-time favorite covers. Please, God, give it to me.
Will Smith style.
Will Smith style.
Murdering you. I give it to you and murder you.
Oh. Speaking of.
Oh.
Oh.
Speaking of, look what the fam got me for my birthday, bro.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
Simon's.
nice.
Oh,
Dude.
your family must really love you.
Yeah, man.
Todd,
Isn't
last
that great? I was good this year.
it wasn't last night. It was the night before.
Oh,
On
I need a drink.
Hey, bud.
My Amazon popped up with something on sale that was in my my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Sin City hardbound artist edition on sale for $89.
Dude, it's so good. It's going to fuck you up, Avery. I'm going to tell you right now.
I know you showed it to us.
It's going to fuck you up,
But
and that's okay.
$89. I was like, what the
Unbelievable.
fuck?
That is a crazy deal, dude. That is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's like half price.
That's half off.
I
Comic
had
shop going out of business.
must be, dude, because they had several of them. They had like 6. They had like 5 more.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, really?
Yeah.
I might
It makes
buy
me
another
have
one then. I like.
Look
I
on
love it.
Amazon.
The one that I got. You got it on Amazon?
Yes.
It's usually like twice as expensive on Amazon.
Dude, most of my artist editions that I've bought lately, I've bought off Amazon.
I got this because I got I got the Sin City off of eBay, and I don't have the best luck with eBay. They sent it to me. They didn't put the cardboard box in a cardboard box. They just shipped the cardboard box.
That happened to me with one of mine too.
And so the edge of my Sin City book is like crunched because they just tossed it. They fucked it up. It was like a
Where's
giant
the-
fucking book. Huh?
Who'd you
Look
ship it through?
Who they shipped it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they clearly didn't give a shit. They should have put it in another box.
Well, grab your phone, look on Amazon, see if it pops up, and just hit buy it.
Yeah, I know.
The thing about Amazon, they do shitty packing.
Sometimes this isn't from Amazon. This is from someone else.
Yeah.
My Jim Lee came shipped what he's talking about. Another artist edition that was bought from someone else on Amazon was packaged better. But my Jim Lee book came in fine and the box isn't too dang banged up, so I let it go.
Yeah. Doc, how you feeling, man?
I'm okay. I haven't bathed. I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday. Oh,
Well, join the club. No one here has bathed since high school, so.
Oh,
yeah, I'm all right. I
God.
suppose.
The Fromunda is just, dude. Oh, it is curdling.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a place to be on Friday.
That is right, dude. Welcome to the midlife bar.
Oh, shit.
Awesome, man. Well, Doc, good to have you, brother.
I love just coming and hanging out, man. I need to
dude.
like unwind at the end of the week.
Yeah, man. That's what this is about.
Just
It's
kick
just
it.
about chilling out and like relaxing, man.
Last night was a ton of fun too. So
Yeah,
really
Zach,
enjoyed
again, you did a fucking phenomenal job, brother. Like that was a hell of a lot of fun.
dude, when you busted out the fascist Girl Scouts, man, that was just like
No, not fascist. Neo-neoist.
oh, okay. Well, neo-neoist, whatever it may have been, that one cracked me up pretty good.
Yes, thanks. We've had more time because, well, yeah, we'll wait till next week. We're gonna dig deeper into that. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Do you guys remember this issue of the Fantastic Four?
Oh yeah, Art Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know there was a gold second printing of it?
Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't that second printing come out a long time afterwards too? It wasn't like recent.
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
No, came out the same time.
Yeah.
Were they just saying Pedro Pascal is going to be cast as
Reed
Captain
Richards?
America.
Reed Richards? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Reed Richards, really?
Yeah. That's the news.
That's
Wait.
the rumor. Yeah.
That's the rumor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not watching it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Why?
I don't know.
Because
I
Pedro Pascal
look. I
is-
thought John Krasinski was cool as a man.
Yeah.
I thought that worked.
He did great.
I thought so too. But people shit on that kind of a little bit, and I don't know why.
I thought he looked great.
I thought he looked awesome.
I think the next movie that involved the Fantastic Four should be the Invisible Woman, the Thing, and the Human Torch looking for the murderer of Reed Richards. That should be the storyline. And they're going into the MCU. They're going into the Avengers world universe looking for the Scarlet Witch who murdered Reed Richards. And then they find their version of Reed Richards in the MCU, and they bring him back, and that's the beginning of that should be the storyline.
I want some proper Galactus action. No misty bullshit, whatever they put in that last movie.
Yeah, that
In
was
the space
such a-
fog.
Yeah,
that was-
so
that
lame,
was
man.
God awful. That was like lazy.
I mean, Galactus is. I mean, he's one of my very favorites. I think is
It's
Galactus.
because the Hollywood people making these movies don't actually respect or even like the
They don't
source
know anything
material.
about it, dude.
So they see a giant purple dude and go, "Well, that's lame. We can't put that in a movie." It's like, no, put that in a movie. Be what it
Exactly.
is. Be it unashamed, and it'll do well.
Yeah,
Well, sometimes the character designs don't translate well into the movies.
You know what? I don't believe that, because if you go look at cosplayers, some of the cosplayers, like they say that about Wolverine's costume. I've seen cosplayers who are not rich do Wolverine costumes that are real world representations of the at least the theme of the comic book outfit, and they look badass.
yeah.
So
Okay,
that's
I see
100% not true.
And they put Celestials in some of these last ones. So,
Exactly.
I mean, you talk about
but,
giant.
Okay. I'm glad you made that point with the Celestials. Now the Celestials, who originally was the first artist of the Celestials? I can't think of their name.
That was Jack Kirby,
Jack
wasn't
Kirby.
Yeah, the Jack. Okay, now you take a Jack Kirby design from what, the 60s,
Yeah.
and you try and see how well that translates into the film today. You gotta kind of tweak it. You have to know where to
Tweaking it's fine. Tweaking it is fine, but don't completely change it.
I get it. But okay.
Because if you look at that third Thor movie with Hulk on the Scarro, whatever,
Mhm.
there's Jack Kirby influence in the designs.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
yeah,
I like that one. That was
I'll
There's-
give you
there's-
that. I'll
there's-
give you that.
There's
They-
Jack Kirby technology inspired stuff. Is it tweaked? Yes, but the source material is still represented. It's still there.
Great point. That is an
The same with the
outstanding point. I'll give
Celestials.
you that.
The same with the Celestials. Jack Kirby-esque design elements are still there.
Yeah. I think all those cosmic characters, I think they all still stand up. I think Galactus stands up. I don't think you need to do anything to him.
Okay,
Those things are
so
classic.
let me table this question. What character design works and what has not worked in film? I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna say the original Magneto costume. That would never translate well into the theaters.
The red with the helmet?
Didn't they do that? Didn't they do that in First Class?
No, they did not do that in First Class.
No.
That
It was more
that basic
simple.
concept could work.
Not with the purple.
Yeah, it could.
gotta look at his
I
first class
understand the
costume
skin
now.
tightness is a little tough, right? Nobody
It just-
necessarily
it
wants to see an older man in skin tight suit, but
Well, we know that there was one costume that did get cleaned up or changed, this is before I went to the movies, but Superman's costume, you know, they get they got rid of like the red underwear because
Oh yeah.
I mean I think they brought it back. I mean they brought it back for well, like DC did a run where Superman's son, Jonathan Kent, was basically his whole thing was that he turned out to be gay and he had a boyfriend. Obviously, it didn't sell very well, but he wore the classic costume. And like in the movies, the Zack Snyder movies, they had him basically wearing a giant blue jumpsuit. And two things I want to point out is that like those old superhero costumes, they were based on wrestling costume, on like wrestling outfits from like 30s and 40s. That's what if you were like a wrestler, that's what you wore in the ring. And I guess the guys that created Superman and Batman kind of they took their cues from that, and it was normal back then. Now it just looks hokey. But the second thing though is that it's very easy, I think, to like just blame everything that's wrong with comics on wokeness. When it comes to a lot of the plot lines, like why is suddenly every character gay? Blah 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 blah. That does play a big part of it. But at least when it comes to a lot of the DC characters, though, I think this is obviously just my observation. I think it just boils down to desperation because Superman as a character has been around since like 1938 thereabouts. 37. I don't remember the exact year he debuted. So he's been around for like, before since before my dad was born. My dad was like 78 when he died. So you're talking about a character that's almost 90 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There's a finite number. I mean, there's a lot of stories you can tell within that, but there's not an unlimited number of stories and plot lines. And it's getting to the point where you do start repeating yourself because if you've been around that long, you've told every possible story you can, or you've done every take on the character you can, and you have to like keep pushing the envelope. So make Superman gay. Yeah, it's politically correct and all that, but it might also be it's like we got nothing else. I mean, what are those? Superman has a son. Well, Superman's had a son in the 1970s. Batman's had a son since the 1970s. There are comics showing Batman and Superman Jr. are like rebelling against their dads.
Well, one of the reasons
Battle of Super Sons, that was a good movie.
Yeah, the thing is though is that I think again a lot of it is like this political bullshit, but I think some of it at least is just like what they're hitting a brick wall as to like originality because no matter how many stories they if they try and put a new spin on it. It turns out, well, yeah, some smart will point out, yeah, but didn't you do that like in, like this run back in the 90s, or you've done this, you've like done this like 3 separate times since like 1972.
I think you got a good. I think that's true. I think a couple of things. I think that is true on the storytelling front, and I think maybe that's why manga has such a leg up because they can do one storyline of a fight for a year. So
yeah.
Like they've got 900 years of stories because they just don't end the fucking battle, right? But like one of the reasons they do all this stuff with Superman and all this stuff, a lot of this stuff is coming from not necessarily running out of stories, but running out of legal runway because Superman, a lot of these characters within the next couple of years are entering public domain.
Well, I think
so and what's that?
Well, I think it's already happened with Superman as far as the original. Oh, it hasn't?
No, not yet. You very soon though, you're gonna have Superman. The first issue, you'll be able to draw him and have him jump. He can't fly. You can't have Superman fly, but you can have him jump over buildings. Anything that happens that first issue is public domain. And so, what they've been trying to do, like back when we were in our like teenage 20s or whatever, when they had Superman and like jeans and like they took off his spit curl and they changed the S, that was also for copyright because the families were suing. So they've been trying to change the character for years to protect a Superman, right? They need Superman, but it needs to be a Superman that they own 100%. That's not going to be battled with the families and is not going to be public domain. And so a lot of this with the Jonathan Kent thing is like it's their Superman. They own it 100%. they make it gay or whatever, make them gay, so it's like it's different than the classic Superman, so they can do whatever they want. The problem is they don't know how to make characters anymore, and so you could have a gay Superman. You might even be able to make him work, but you're not going to be able to do it by pissing on all the history and saying, "Hey, all those old Supermen are dumb. Everything you read for the last 90 years is crap. We're the best, the best version of the character right now, and everybody loves us." Like that's what they're doing. Is they're not writing anymore. They're just spewing bullshit, and they're just trying. It's like they're making writing decisions from an activist, like the writers are activist perspective. And the character design is corporate legal. And so you've got this legal designed character with activist writing, and everyone's like, this is shit. Like, it's just bad. So, I think they're in a load of trouble and they know it. And I think they're trying to do the legal thing to get out of it. And they don't really, I think there's a lot of fear that if they let a creator create Superman or make Superman better, that they're going to have to pay that person a lot of money. Right, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, and they really should just deal with royalties and fucking.
Well, didn't they have this? Didn't like Marvel have that same problem with Jack Kirby's family with?
Yeah.
I mean, basically, they basically it was. I think it was when the Avengers was about to come out. They got sued by Kirby's family, and they just ended up just basically buying them off.
Yep.
Because it's Disney, and at least back then they had like more money than God. So I don't know. I mean, that might be it, but. I mean, look, you guys know my thoughts on Star Wars. I mean, I wrote a whole blog post about it. Short version, for Doc, if you didn't read it, go to spiritofheaven.com. It's there, but spiritofheaven.com. But
I was actually checking it out just earlier. I didn't get all the way through it though.
Yeah. Well, short version is I just I think like Star Wars is failing because it got old. It's like these properties have like have a lifespan. Like they're like living creatures. They're young, they're vigorous. Then they get in the middle age and set in their ways. Then they get old and they get slow and stuck in like they can't really adapt anymore because, well, A, it's a generational thing. B, you've got years and years of continuity build up that you can't really get around. And you just start kind of hitting the limits of what the creative property can do. I mean. You look at Star Wars. They're retelling all their old stories and they're leaning on all their old characters because they really can't do anything else. I mean, the only of all the new stuff they put out, only the Mandalorian's really like stuck. And after the third season, that's probably not going to be the case anymore. That's why you have like Kenobi and all the rest, and it just didn't work. Well, and the political bullshit didn't help, but I think the political bullshit just made a bad situation worse. Which is that there's. They've kind of hit the creative limit of what the property can do, and I think that's true of Star Wars, which has been around since '77. What are you gonna do with Marvel, which has been around, with the current iteration has been around since 1961 when Fantastic Four came out, and or DC where some of those characters date back to the dawn of the American comic book. Yeah. At some point, legal shenanigans or not, wokeist nonsense or not. Who do we lose, by the way?
Ramel.
Oh,
Ramel's coming back. He's coming back.
No, so like wokeist nonsense or not, legal stuff or not, it might just be that like you say, yes, they're desperate, and they don't know how to make characters. Now that might be a symptom of the problem, but I think ultimately, there's no more stories to tell. They're repeating themselves like 3 times over now in a lot of cases. I mean, no one ever really dies, and no one ever really dies in comic books. I mean, how many times has Wolverine died and come back?
Right.
How many? I mean, they killed Superman and they brought him back within 5 issues. Batman had his back broken. He's been killed, I don't know, more times than I can think about. It's. At some point, it's like, we talk about manga and how it's taking over everything. Well, I mean, look, I think manga's taking over like American readership, not because it's better, intrinsically better. It's taking over because honestly, it has no competition.
Yeah.
Basically, they basically went in through an open door because the American creators stopped. Like you said, they forgot how to tell characters. They create new characters. They forgot how to tell stories, and they forgot rule number 1 of any story. At some point, it has to end. I mean, honestly, look, when you talk to like manga readers, you talk to anyone over the age of say 40, like our age and over, and you read manga. I mean, I'm half Japanese, and I don't like manga. Mostly because I'm an American. But you remember about manga is that most of the mangas that are out there, they're written by Japanese authors for Japanese audiences. So, like for example, if you read One Note or you watch the live action version, some of my eyes will think this is like so phony and it's like so exaggerated. Well, yeah, it is that way because that's what the Japanese audience wants. They want that kind of exaggerated stuff. Because Japanese culture tends to be very regimented, so their popular culture tends to be like very, very, colorful and exaggerated, and like everything's over the top. And that's not really like the American way not American way. And for older American readers, they're not gonna get it. But younger readers who basically started reading manga when they're kids, they're acculturated into it very young. So to them, it's normal. And I think that's a problem because, it's just they're reading it because no American creators really bothered to put anything out that they want to read. I mean, they're I hate to say it, but like the whole 30-page issue once a month little floppy book, 100 issues at a time. That's just not going to work for a lot of young readers because they're not going to know how to make sense of it. Whereas with a manga, you just start with a tankobon. You start with book 1, you continue to book 10.
Yeah,
it's easy to get into. And also, if you go to Japan, manga's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was there in 2020, in the height of the pandemic, because to say goodbye to my dad because he was passing away. I wasn't allowed out of the house. But when I did go out, they didn't just you could buy it anywhere. I mean, I passed by like a butcher's shop that had a little rack with like manga books on it, like the old spinner racks back in the day. They still have that in Japan. They make it easy to buy the stuff, and they make it easy for people to get into it.
But it's also the way the industry's set up. You start off with light novels, and then that kind of gets up into it's scoped out into bigger stuff, and then onto anime and things like that. So it's like this continuous arc of IP creation, and that's easy for like any. And it's not only that, but there are the big publications, and then there's the small publications for independent writers, and people still read the shit out of those too.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a huge system, the way that it's set up, that just makes it so prevalent. I loved the One Piece live action, by the way. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty. I mean, I'm not going to sit and watch 10 seasons of the anime. No, thank you.
I'm sorry. I just cannot watch Western adaptations of Japanese manga. Just like something inside of me wants to like curls up and dies when it happens. Maybe it's just like my. I'm sorry. I'm like
I didn't like it at first. I'll be honest with you because it was off-putting. Like I'm not gonna lie. But then once I started to like be like, you know what? Because it's not this. First of all, it's not. I've never read the manga. My daughter loves the anime. I tried to sit down and watch it, and I was like, this is the kind of shit that I hate. This is the kind of like Todd was saying, like we're going to take one sequence and spread it out over 5 episodes kind of thing to fill time. Like I absolutely cannot stand. I like I like seinen, like anime and things like that, more adult stuff. But once I kind of got over that, and I was like, you know what, I think I could kind of feel how genuine the actors were trying to, I felt the love in the production. Once I got over that, I was like, this is cool.
It just doesn't work for me. Like like Japanese live action versions of the manga, like the movie versions of Rurouni Kenshin. I love those movies.
But not Attack on Titan though. That was shit. That was horrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, or
I didn't see the live action Attack on Titan.
Oh, bro, it was so bad.
I haven't seen the live action of it. I watched the show. But there's something a lot disappointing about the show.
Well, the thing is, again, I mean, like you say, I mean, when I watch that stuff, to me it is off-putting because I'm basically an American with American tastes. But to a Japanese audience, that sort of thing that's what they want, and those stories are made with the Japanese audience in mind. The thing I remember about Japanese pop culture, a lot of stuff. I mean, I think anime and manga succeeded kind of in spite of themselves because the Japanese aren't like the Koreans. Like the Korean Hallyu, like the big Korean wave, like K-pop, K-dramas, all the rest. The Koreans deliberately set out to make their popular culture accessible to Westerners because they're a small country, and if they wanted to grow, they had to go beyond their own borders. So yes, so first, Korean pop culture is huge in Japan, and Koreans and Japanese don't really get along. So that's amazing. But they cracked the West, they cracked Europe, because you look at something like Blackpink, or whatever that Korean boy band is, and they're not that different from like American girl groups or boy groups. So they studied, so they well, the Japanese on the other hand, the Japanese, they feel that their pop culture is really just for themselves. If foreigners like it, great, but they're not going to go out. They're not going to bend over backwards to like try and invite people in.
That's
Yeah,
the
but they
allure,
don't have
though.
to because everybody loves it.
Yeah,
so.
that's the allure.
Yeah,
And like the whole Japanese, like the Japanese pop idols and things like that. That shit's fucking crazy.
You have to really approach it on its own terms. Whereas the Koreans, I think they really go out of their way to like make it understandable for outsiders. But again, getting back to comic books, getting back to my original point, I think like manga took over not because there was like some sort of plan. It took over because like the American comic industry has just been shitting the bed for so long that they just kind of walked in through an open door. I mean, there was an audience hungry for like actual good stories with real characters, and if it was like, if it's kind of like a bit off-putting, so be it. If you're young, when you're young and your ideas are still being formed, you're not going to notice that. You just want a good story.
Do you think it's also a sign of the fall of the West, and that like one of the things that made America so huge in the 20th century was that we exported our popular culture and it took over the world. Yeah. And it was our popular culture that spawned so many revolutions and it was basically a psyop because everyone saw the Beatles and saw the freedom. I mean, even though the Beatles were British, we pushed it out there so hard that it actually converted most of the world to want to be America because America was the cool.
I believe the Beatles were just emulating blues.
We're not that at all. We've flushed that to the point where we're just basically our pop culture just bitches at people and people are sick of it.
Well, I think Ross Douthat, he's a New York Times columnist, kind of a right-leaning New York Times columnist. He made a point somewhere, like an article somewhere or a book, for whatever reason, starting at around 1900 and continuing basically up to maybe 2010 thereabouts. With Marvel, when the Marvel MCU finally came out, there was this massive creative, explosion in the West, in America especially, but also elsewhere, starting with Hollywood. Not just Hollywood, but also comic books, literature. Books, comic books, movies, TV shows, music. Rock and roll, rap, all the rest. For some reason, just in that space of 100 years, popular culture just blew up. I mean, the thing is, Americans don't do classical, don't really do, people always wonder, why don't Americans do classic music or classical culture? In Europe, classical music is still a pretty big thing. Opera is still a big thing because, it's part of their culture. Well, we have popular culture. We have, rap, we have hip hop, we have rock, we have jazz, although more or less. We have movies. Our high culture is popular culture. And for about 100 years, there was a massive boom. And I guess what happened is maybe we just got too comfortable. Maybe we got complacent. I think maybe the changes in technology didn't help. Because so much of what made that work was the infrastructure that was built up for the music industry, the movie industry, TV, and so on. And the rise of the internet, which basically the whole point of the internet is that it breaks down barriers. Well, the problem with breaking down barriers is that you break down a lot of that those barriers are also supports. Yes, they act as gatekeepers, but they also provide quality control. And so basically what it did was it kind of leveled the playing field. And I think also we got complacent. And also I think, honestly, it's always been politicized. Don't get me wrong. There's always been politics in it. But I think it's just really since I guess the start of this decade, this was happening before Trump came along. So much of what, a lot of it just became the preserve of college-educated people. Because, if you look at the popular culture of that at its height, it wasn't made by people with degrees from Harvard or Yale. I mean, the people who made Marvel, Kirby, Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, all the rest, they weren't college graduates. They were working class kids who were trying to pull themselves up. And the guys who founded the Hollywood studios were basically Jewish immigrants who are, basically trying to who are looking for a niche. None of the Beatles, none of the Beatles, Stones, or Elvis never went to college. But I think at some point, like in the 90s, 2000s, all of a sudden, all this became the preserve. You couldn't get your foot in unless you had a bachelor's degree from the right school, and which means you bring in all the ideas and attitudes that come with that, and that's a fairly narrow-minded view of things. I mean, you wonder why, all of a sudden, what's the obsession with like sexuality and so much of our stuff? Well, if you go to a college campus, they're obsessed with that. Anything that isn't hetero, but people outside of that, they don't really care that much one way or the other. But the thing is, they're not the one. But the people who are writing the stories now, writing the screenplays, writing the scripts, writing the books, they all come out of that. They all come out of that background, and they're going to bring their preconceptions with them, and that's a much narrower view than you got like a couple generations ago when basically if you're a working class kid who could draw and tell a story, you would get your shot. Maybe you might make it, you might not. And if you look at a lot of the comic book greats who made Marvel, they didn't see that much out of it in the end because it was all work for hire. But
right.
But I mean, I don't think Jim Steranko went to college, or
I don't think so.
I know Jim Shooter didn't, but it's anyway. So that's my rant on that. I mean, like my dad, he was a reporter for like 40 years, and he was like from the first generation of that group who actually went to journalism school. And when he started out, he was working with guys who didn't go to college. Who basically came in because they were basically street guys who could string a sentence together, and they can get the stories. And the Jimmy Breslins of the world, basically.
Yeah. And
now if you want to be a journalist, you basically need a degree from like Columbia Journalism School. Otherwise, you won't get your look in. But the thing is, of course, what are those people? What does like some sheltered kid with a Ivy League degree really know about the world? So I think that's a big part of it as well.
So
anyway, I think you're right. Sorry, talk so long. Yeah.
No, you're good. No, I think you're right.
The internet killed the college diploma.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to. I think at some point. I mean, I think what you're seeing with all the crazy protests right now on college campuses, it's basically waking people up because when you basically have like people at Columbia screaming "Kill the Jews," long live Hamas. That's gonna like you're there. I don't think the colleges realize just how much equity they're expanding, and this is happening at a time when there are new options for learning available that cost a fraction of a bachelor's degree. I mean, I'm still paying. I still owe $70,000 for my degrees. I'm never going to pay that off. So if I ever have kids, I'm basically telling them point blank, you ain't going to college, buddy. Sit your butt down in front of your laptop, take a few courses. You'll learn more, and you'll spend less.
That's why I'm in Web3.
Yeah, right? Me too, man. I mean,
I can do this. I have no degree. I didn't even graduate high school, right? Yeah. But I'm head of whatever at the company I work for, but just because I understand the industry, I don't need that shit.
Well, I mean, look, if I could do it over, I still would have gone to school, but I probably would have gone to NYU just because I wanted to be in New York in the 90s. But look, I mean, I spent 4 years at college, and I came out of it not knowing much more than I did when I came in, and I still had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I mean, honestly, I would have been better off if I just went straight to work.
I regret not going to school sometimes, just for like certain experiences.
No, you didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss much. You saved yourself a shit ton of debt.
Well, that I do not regret.
You learned more. You got 4 years of an advanced degree just by getting out in the world and actually working.
Look, I have a bachelor's degree in history and a master's degree in library and information science. Yes, I was trained as a librarian. I have never worked a day of my life in a library.
Right.
I am not a historian. I'm a web designer, and everything I know about web design, I taught myself because I had to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my college degrees have gotten me nothing. Well, actually, no, that's not true. They have got me a couple of lifelong friends, but beyond that, I mean, honestly, it was just like a giant waste of time and money. I mean, it's 4 years of my life and 70 grand that I'm never gonna be able to pay back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I honestly think it's a hustle. It really is.
it is a hustle. I mean, I can tell you from firsthand experience, like it's not like there was nothing, at least in my college experience. I had a lot of fun, but like, I mean, I was the only one trying to work and do shit. Everybody else I knew it was just fucking party and fucking fuck off time. Do you know what I mean?
Unless you're doing stuff like math, like math related fields, engineering, things like that.
That's
Very
the scary
highly,
shit.
highly technical stuff,
That's where it gets scary because if you really, I mean, this is the shit that scares me. It's like, the problem with all these Ivy League colleges and all these kids going like, yay, Hamas or whatever, and like all the super activist shit, like those are the kids that are going to end up running the government. Like, you know that, right? Like those are the kids that are going to be on the Supreme Court. Those are the ones that get chosen for all the Supreme Court stuff. They're the ones that get picked for the top law firms in the country. They're the ones that make the laws. They're the ones that those are the top doctors and top surgeons. And at some point, your ass or your kid's ass is going to be on an operating table. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to be able to trust the doctor to just do their job. I got to worry about now, like, if I'm laying there on a table, is this guy going to hate me because, like, yay, Hamas or some bullshit?
Well, honestly,
that's some real shit.
That's because we've radicalized every possible ideology and thought when it doesn't have to be, when it could just be a conversation.
Not necessarily. I think actually it might go the other way because what's happening in a lot of the schools right now. This is what I find interesting. I mean, for a long time, people were screaming, like people on the right were screaming about colleges and how they were basically getting radicalized. No one's ever doing anything about it. Now the people with the money, the donors, the people who actually keep these places in business, are saying, "Hold on, I'm not donating another $10 million for another building because my kids are basically, because like you're basically like, why should I give you all that money when all you're going to do is just use it to incite a pogrom and against my Jewish neighbors or stuff like that." I think
but it's a little bit of bullshit too because they already have, like, they're withholding money from like something like Harvard, but Harvard has a $50 billion endowment or something.
See, well, the thing is, though, it doesn't matter how much money they have. What matters is the perception, because that's what you don't go to Harvard because it's a $1 billion school. You go to Harvard because it's Harvard.
Well, that's the thing. These schools didn't start to like say whoa until the law firms made like a couple of top law firms made announcements saying they weren't going to hire any of the students that were part of these protests. And all of a sudden the students freaked out and the faculty freaked out. And like all of a sudden they're like that's what it took. It's like, oh no, I'm not going to get my cush $250,000 a year job right out of college.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Anyway,
I got some artwork if you guys want to end on a high note.
Let's do
it. Yeah. Go ahead.
You guys okay with that? Andrew, you all right? He's not even paying attention.
Just want to show you one quick comic.
Yeah, let's do it.
2 quick comics.
Is he Dusty?
Do you have this one?
No. That's awesome. Yes, I want that. I want it.
And can you tell me who the artist is of this cover?
Isn't that a
Ron Garney?
It's not Ron Garney, is it?
Nope.
I should know this. I've seen this cover before. I don't know.
Look at the dynamicness of that cover.
Oh, is it Walter Simonson?
Nope.
I don't know.
You're going to be ashamed of yourself. Look at how simple it is.
Oh, it's a Magnola.
It's a Magnola.
It's a Magnola.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, holy shit.
Isn't
Very
that
different.
freaking awesome?
Yeah, that's great.
That's just a gorgeous cover. But yeah, okay, that was it.
That's a pretty good cover. All right, check this out. Let's go to the comic stuff. Where you going, Dusty? What the fuck? The fuck is Dusty going?
He's probably tired of your shit.
What the hell? Let's see if I can get this bigger on screen.
He's got a monkey in his bathroom.
Oh,
No. So there's a Dave Cockrum. So I like when I see his stuff in black and white, it makes me want to look at his work. I've never been super deep into Dave Cockrum, but this is gorgeous, man. Isn't that crazy?
That looks like it's done with the back when they used to draw comics or ink comics with the actual those ink pens. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Those
Yeah,
colors.
yeah. Quills.
Yep. That's
And, like, look at Wolverine, like he's all crunched and like flipped over and shit. Like that's cool as shit, man.
You know,
Isn't that
that's
cool?
that's the thing of a lot of old school comics. The coloring process really destroyed a lot of the details. You know, like that old three dot matrix.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really work.
Oh, come on. Hold on. There's a bunch of Glenn Fabry stuff in this batch. Look at that.
That looks good.
It looks
Glenn
good.
Fabry's so
It
good.
looks too much like Simon Bisley.
yeah. But
Well, you know what's hard
actually-
is like they're contemporaries, and Simon Bisley blew up first, and Glenn Fabry holds a grudge. Glenn Fabry says that Bisley took his style.
I think Fabry was doing that type of stuff first, but Bisley's stuff looks so different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Bisley stuff looks more exaggerated.
Yeah. 26,000 for that cover though.
Damn.
I got to refresh all this shit. I signed in, but this is a Don Heck. Look how simple that is.
That's cool though.
What the heck?
Isn't that cool?
That's cool. I like that.
Early Iron Man.
You think?
But like the ink line around the head and stuff, like it's beautiful. Like that body with the folds in the arm, like right there, like that's great.
Yep. They had a real understanding of composition more so.
Yep. Yep. This sold for $336,000.
God damn.
This I didn't even know existed, but this is cool as shit. Sold for $60K. What if the original Marvel bullpen had become the Fantastic Four? Sir Stan Lee as Reed Richards.
Yep, that's an actual issue. Yes.
Yeah, and Kirby as the Thing.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Who's the Torch?
Flo? Oh no, that's Saul? I don't know who Saul is. And Flo was there forever. She was
Sal Symmetric. It's Stanley's brother, right?
Saul?
Yeah, wasn't that Stanley's brother?
I don't know.
Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
But it's a great cover.
Not Sal Buscema.
No, it's SOL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, never mind.
Been that cool cover though?
Yeah, it is.
Frank Miller. Elektra.
Yeah, that's badass.
So much energy. And that's all quill pen and brush. Like what's crazy about his stuff is like I never understood, I still don't like how it's professional. Like it is, but it's not. Like it looks like it could be a outsider mini comic or something, you know what I mean? But it's like 1 degree too good or something. Right?
Yeah, you can see here he was already starting to delete things and make things simpler.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. He put Zipatone just a little bit right there on the blade.
crazy.
Now I got to warn you, there is a page in here that I'm really upset is on for sale because I don't have enough money to buy it. This isn't it, although I love this cover. The John Romita Jr. cover. Look how much whiteout there is on that shit. She must have been laying out differently or something. Oh, there's blood. It was blood. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She was bleeding, and there was a pool of blood, and there was blood dripping off his claws. Do you see that?
Yeah, and they had to white it out and edit it.
Yeah, because it was probably like colored in black, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't just color out the outline; they like whited out the whole thing because it was probably like black, like a graphic black.
Yeah, with some white highlights in it or something.
Mm-hmm. Cool cover though, man. Classic. Crazy to see this because now you're like, oh shit, that was a puddle of blood. I mean, it would have looked cooler.
That's it.
Barry Windsor Smith. Early Barry Windsor Smith.
Jeez.
Look how terrible that is. And just think this motherfucker's a genius.
Yeah. Well, he earned being a genius.
Yeah, he worked his face off.
Yeah, he earned it. He worked for it.
So check this out. I just saw this cover and I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I totally want to do this. Like, I think I'm gonna bite this for a t-shirt, or like an adult fantasy t-shirt or something.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Put a couple of characters in the center. Heinous and Subdued.
You need like a bigger the eye for Heinous. His head.
He's like sticking out. His neck is sticking out of
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Hello.
How do you guys feel about me bringing in Heinous for the next game?
Go for it. Whatever you want, man.
All right, cool.
So this is John Buscema and Tom Palmer inks. I love Tom Palmer on John Buscema. Look at that second panel, dude.
It's pretty good.
Look at this. Everyone running in because she was screaming or some shit.
Hey, shut up. We're trying to sleep.
Yeah, bitch, shut up. It's always about you. In 30 years, people are going to hate your guts.
Quick, wake up and make me a sandwich.
More like 50 years, but still. Yeah.
That's
What the
dope.
hell am I walking in on here?
Look at this.
Dude.
This is, I believe this is actually inked by John Buscema. Yeah. Thor Annual 13. I was just looking at this the other day. John Buscema inked this. This is him. Look at that shit, dude.
That Mephisto is dope.
He's just fucking painting, dude. He's just painting with ink. Like, he's just painting. Like, holy crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at that snake, dude. Whack. There's like the demon thing. Like, He should have done more books where he was inking. I think if he did more books where he was inking his own work, I think he would have been like even more respected. Like, look at that shit. That's sick.
Yeah, I love it.
This is the problem. I could stare at that page for the rest of my life. Look at this cover. Tom Palmer, John Buscema again. So good, man. Look at that. They cut the zipatone out, so it's like perfect.
Yeah.
Golly, man. So good. Avery, we're gonna do some covers like that. All right.
Okay.
Avery's like, whatever, dude. Shut up. John Byrne and George Perez. Look at that.
Good. Yeah.
George Perez, I think, was a better inker than he was a penciler. Like, that's just insane.
He was the king of big superhero books. Like, if you had a big team and a big event and you wanted it to look amazing and tell the story, George Perez had to be your number one choice because he could do it. He could handle all those characters and the background and tell the story. And that's hard. The more characters you have in a story, in scenes, all doing whatever they're doing, and in a setting, the harder it is to tell that story graphically.
Yeah, it just shows you like there's a bunch of lazy motherfuckers out there because this was a day.
The backgrounds are really nice.
Bro, this is
all the
page a
detail, like
day.
on the chalice that's tipping over the fire. It looks so good.
Right? A monthly book, bro. A monthly book.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And then this is from the same issue number 600 of Superman. Look at that. It's upside down.
Yeah.
Just nailed that architecture just so well.
Look at that.
And everything's going
Look at
all the
detail,
different
dude.
Yeah, it's MC Escher-esque kind of weirdness going on.
The detail's insane.
Yeah.
Like just nuts. Like
that
look at
took
all-
forever.
You would think.
No, it probably took for friggin' ever. But he was so good. No, he worked, I bet you he worked 16-hour days
Oh yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, he was a perfectionist. Travis Terrest.
Oh, wow. That's really good.
Kind of doing his own Alex Ross-esque
thing. Yeah, you know what? That painting is actually very simple.
Yeah.
But it works.
Mm-hmm. Preacher cover.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Look how dope that is, dude. It's fucking crazy weird. I still love that, like, he's got this, he's so good at skin with acrylic. It looks like you can see the muscle underneath, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just that, even that here, like the black underscore. I don't know. I'd never understand how that's fucking done.
You paint from a dark to light, and you paint in thin layers with your strongest features and your strongest highlights. The paint gets thicker.
So dope. I mean, it's just fucking creepy, but it's dope as shit. Great painter. Way under recognized.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Did Ramel bounce?
Maybe.
Where did Ramel go? Oh, I guess he got a cut because we went overtime. I don't know. Look at that shit. Isn't that cool?
Skin tones are great. The variance in the lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It just picks up the little small ripples and everything.
Mm-hmm. So good. His stuff just drives me nuts because I just don't understand it in a good way. Arse face. Look at that. Fucking.
It's there's kind of a thing you do to skin, especially when like painting the face and stuff. The top part you have yellow undertones, the middle part red undertones, and the bottom slightly blue undertones.
Mm-hmm.
Those jeans, fuck's sake, dude. And I know it's quick, but it looks so time consuming.
It is.
Look at that. such a cool character. It's so dope, dude.
Great
I bet
highlights too, coming from like the rear project, like the lights that are projecting onto them from
Yeah.
off the stage.
Yeah.
Like the highlights are really nice. That's sick.
Look at that hand.
I like the ripples in the aluminum on the bottom of the
Yeah.
aircraft look
Yeah.
really good.
Yep, the little dings and dents,
Uh-huh.
the texture of it.
Yeah.
The drawing on that's on the plane that's coming off.
Coming off of it, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
So good. But Frazetta. Rosetta drives me nuts too because he's so good. His anatomy is great. This one, look at this.
That's awesome there. Man,
Yeah,
somewhere I have a whole bunch of like Frank Frazetta trading cards from back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Not a whole lot, but I've got a small stack of them.
Remember this page? This is Scott Williams inking over brain Klaus Janson.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this is Klaus Janson pencils and Scott Williams inks.
Oh, that's dope.
Right?
That's a combination. I'm sure I have this issue. I just don't.
Yeah. I remember this face. I remember Storm's face right here.
I hated that haircut on Storm, the short hair.
Yeah, I like that. I like the mohawk.
I liked the
mohawk is the shit.
I liked the long mohawk when Sylvester was drawing her with her mohawk was long and it laid down.
Yep. These were some of those X Factor fill-in things, but still great combo. Adam Kubert, Ghost Rider.
Oh wow.
Let me see if I can find a good side. Look at that. Oh, fucking dope, dude. So good. I did not appreciate him really until recently. Like I was looking at some of his old X-Men stuff, like the stuff that he did after Jim Lee took off. And it's really good. Like every page is like a masterwork. Look at that. Adam Kubert. A little more 90s, you know?
Yeah.
When we started getting a little fancy with the cross hatching, right? This motherfucker. I want this. It's the original Jay Lee cover. It's the original Namor cover.
Yeah. Since Jay Lee doesn't draw like in that style anymore,
I know this is the best shit, dude.
I'm just gonna take it.
You should. It's the best shit, dude. It's the best. Like it's the best fucking style. Like it was like Jim Lee crossed with Bill Sienkiewicz crossed with
Simon Bisley.
Simon Bisley, and just fucking killed it. I want this so bad. Like I love this run so much, and to have like this is his very first cover on his very first book. Like, God, so good. This is the only time in my life that I bought Namor.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not pick it up? Look how dope it looks.
Yeah. I'm just gonna mix that kind of thing with like a little bit. It'll lean a little bit more Bisley with a little bit of Dennis Cowan.
Yeah, look at that, dude.
Yep.
so influential on us.
It's a cheat code too, man. It's
totally. Look, there's nothing there, dude. Those things.
Yeah.
That background, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. He just silhouetted the whole fucking thing, but it works. And it worked for this book too because it was underwater.
Yeah.
So it made it made it look like dark water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But fucking sick. Right?
It's the perfect book to have an artist like him on.
Yeah, dude, there's nothing there, but it perfectly he renders the fuck out of the arm and the chest and the armor, and everything else is just basic shape.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done 100 issues this way, man. He could have continued to do this style. I would have been so happy. And that's what he kind of turned into. This is his Dark Tower stuff.
Yeah.
It's still dope. It's way.
There's still elements of what he used to do in there. It's just it's more organic and a little bit realistic in a way.
Yeah, he's dope. It's just I don't like this only because his pencils are so light that I can't. I feel like I can't see his work.
Plus, the pencil will disappear over time.
Yeah, I would never buy one of his pencils because it's gone. And his inks are sick. His inks are dope, but I prefer his classic shit. Like, this is dope. It looks great. But there's something about it that it doesn't have the same punch as that Namor,
It's the raw energy that's in the Namor.
Yeah. Yeah, that Namor has power.
This is technically more proficient.
Yeah, this is grace.
Yeah. But the Namor has more energy.
Yeah. Jim Lee trading card.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. Did you see the guy that was doing those trading card animations? Did you see the final ones? Yeah, man,
they
those
look
are really
great,
cool.
man. They were all really good.
Yeah.
They were really good. The guy's a good animator. Check this out. New Mutants 100.
Oh my gosh.
You wait, I got surprised at the end. It's gonna be pretty funny. This is another New Mutants. This is already up to 11,000. That's pretty cool,
Yeah.
Those legs.
Beefy.
You made Shatterstar gay. I guess.
And Longshot.
Did they really?
I believe so.
That's Longshot stupid. Look at this. Ed McGuinness.
Yeah.
That one eye, his left eye there.
Yeah.
He's got I like that. Just kind of pops right out.
Look at I can't remember the name of the character, but in the background, you're like, yeah, get him.
Oh, God, I can't remember that character's name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So good, though. That's
he's one of those classic old Marvel monsters, and I can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look how good, though, this cover is, man. Dexter Vine's killing it on the inks.
Yeah, he's an awesome inker.
He's a genius. His lines are perfect. I don't know how he does it.
Have you ever watched him inking on Instagram?
Yeah, I worked with him briefly at in Atlanta. He jumped into animation for a minute, and he said he couldn't do it. He hated it. He couldn't figure it out. And I was like, "How? You're a better inker than anyone here." And I think that's why. I think he was too good. But yeah, his line is so perfect that the ones on Instagram, fucking ill, bro.
I'm curious why he fills in a lot of large black areas with a Q-tip.
I think it's because of this flat.
It gives it a flatter look.
I think it gives it a flatter look. That's my guess. Because I don't know what kind of black that is, but that's pretty much a matte black.
Definitely helps with the resale of the art too.
Yeah, for sure. Look at this. How would you like this one, man? And Mignola's the exact opposite. That black couldn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't care. And it's something shitty like Higgins. I hate.
Yeah,
Higgins.
it is. It's Higgins Inc. It's just the worst.
That's the reason I hate Higgins. Is it's
I could
more
do
like,
that.
It's more like dark gray. It's not black.
Look at that. He had over here. He had like more like a top or something, and he changed his mind. You see the brick in there?
Yep. But I love the composition. I love Mike Mignola.
Yeah, I think I think that Higgins works for him, like because the stuff is so flat black. Like this makes it look like there's more action and more activity. I don't know.
Well, I mean, when it prints flat.
Flat, yeah. But I mean, like in the original.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be as dynamic as the Dexter Vines Ed McGuinness thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it might be not enough. Dark Knight Falls or some shit.
That's cool.
His inks were so good. $4,000 for 3 little sketches. So this guy I don't know, Jason Paz.
Uh-huh.
But this was like great. Like look at this. I don't know the guy, but like look how good that is.
Reminds me of Alan Davis a little bit.
A little bit, right?
Just a little bit.
But look how good. I mean, it's like got weight and vibe and energy.
Yeah.
A little Brian Hitch, maybe.
Yeah.
I saw that though. I was like, oh man, that's like a really good cover. John Romita Jr. from the Daredevil run.
Oh well.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But with Spiral too. Another John Romita Jr. Rubenstein. Classic X-Men stuff. It's fucking just slaughtering thousands of bad guys. Even his sketchiness looks really good. Check this out. Romita Jr., Klaus Janson.
That's dope.
Isn't that cool? Another Romita. And Danny Mickey, I believe.
Huh.
Look how cool that is. That arm's a little funky. It's like long as shit, but
Yeah.
still looks good. So I saw this, and I just thought the composition was dope. Like Superman, Wonder Woman. Like, look how simple that is, but how elegant. Right?
Yeah.
Super Prisoners of Love. 1981. Bill Sienkiewicz, whatever. New Mutants.
Those books are great.
Yeah, you remember this? I remember this page. So good, man. He was just killing it, dude.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's really amazing when you see these guys at the height of their power and you realize that they were like 25 or something. Electro Assassin splash page. Just like a shield tech thing.
Yeah.
Look at that. So dope, dude. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but it's so dope.
Who knows with him?
And look, you can see her. I think you can see Elektra's reflection in there. See it?
Yeah.
It's gonna go for a fortune. Another one, Stray Toasters. Look at that shit.
Yeah, he was insane.
Mhm.
And he as an artist, he is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, he's nuts though. His books were really good, man. And then you got this What If for Conan.
Jeez.
Look how dope that is. So super fast, man. He's drawing that shit fast. I really respect the like inkers that are painters. You know? Dark Knight. Look at that. Variant cover sketch. Look at that horse, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a genius. I don't know about that red face, but
Well, no, but I like the rest of it.
yeah. Motherfucker can draw. Dave Sim.
And if you ever watch him at a convention drawing, like sometimes he'll start doing something. You're like, what the fuck is that? What is that? What am I looking at?
Yeah, doesn't he just start like wherever the fuck he wants to in the drawing?
Yeah. And he'll start smearing stuff around, and you're like, what the fuck is what is that? Then he grabs his whiteout pen and starts laying down some shit, and you're like, oh fuck. And it just comes together in just a few strokes and a few more smudges of the whiteout. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Fucking it's like, how did you even
Masterful.
Yes. It's like you just smeared some ink and some yellow in some random places. What is this bullshit? And then the next thing you know, he cuts back into it with a couple of blobs or something. You're like, oh shit.
Right. There's Lee Weeks. I love fucking Lee Weeks, dude. Lee Weeks is
He's
so
incredible.
fucking-
He's a fantastic storyteller also.
Yeah, he really is. I don't know why he didn't get as big as like Jim Lee, because he was just as good, if not better. Lineal Francis Yu.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that jumping pose. It's pretty cool. That's a hard pose. Another Lineal Francis Yu. This Hulk is dope.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like too much. Like, it's like, okay, dude, go ink it. Like, you know, which of course they didn't. You know, they just like darkened up the pencils.
Yeah.
But he's a great talent. Now this is the cherry, man. It sold for $210,000. This is. Do you recognize this?
To me?
Anyone? Does anyone recognize this image? Like where it came from?
Well,
Is that a published page?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a published image, not a page.
it's got to be from some promo stuff then.
Yeah. When I tell you what it is, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
What is it?
This was the cover to Comics Interview number 31.
Okay.
Okay.
They were talking about. Do you remember? It's a Comics Interview at the top. Like it said, they were talking about his upcoming book, or that what he was working on. But this was the very first public debut of his version of Batman and Robin. So pretty sick. I think I got one more.
God, 132 grand.
132.
Oh my god!
It became such a meme.
I think
that
people
now
are
it's
buying
really-
this because I think people were bidding on this because of it's an infamous piece of art.
It's an infamous.
Yeah, of
meme.
course.
You know,
And he even ran with the meme of it for that Falcon thing.
Yeah, he fucked up his own meme though. He should have drawn the chest bigger.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, look at that. 132,000. It's probably his most expensive piece, dude.
It's terrible, but
I think someone. I remember I saw a photo. Someone actually like took that piece and showed what it would look like. Like without his costume, what his body would actually look like.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
was like totally deformed. I mean, his chest was distended. His genitals were like shrunk into like nothing. And
What's funny is someone showed a picture. I think what they think the original reference was, like a bodybuilder, and what he was doing. The bodybuilder had his chest and his arm look like that, but his other arm was thrown forward, like on his hip. And so Rob just like erased the arm basically and kept everything else. And
I found that image. Hold on, can I share my screen?
You have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, post it, share it, and all.
Okay. Hold on.
$132,000, bro.
Oh, what's the best one here?
I wish whoever bought it would do like a Banksy and put it through a shredder or something.
No
way.
No.
It's an awesome drawing, dude. It's probably worth more than 130,000 to be honest with you. It's a famous image. It's iconic.
I think saying it's an awesome image is going a tad overboard there.
Well, it's a terrible drawing, but it's an awesome image.
I put it in the private chat.
Oh, you didn't want to just share it?
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you were going to bring it up. Yeah, I could share it. Whatever.
People screeching about this drawing.
Yeah, I got it.
Doc. And people sticking up for it has brought me a lot of entertainment in my life. So
I think you can click on it and enlarge. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That's horrific.
That's amazing.
I hope he got every single bit of that money wise.
Oh shit! I fucking deleted the porn. They show the. Is there? Oh yeah, that was it. They don't show the. Yeah, there is a bodybuilder photo. He said Rob in that same article says, of course I'm Team Cap. I didn't give him those big tits for nothing. 130. He's probably loving it, dude, and you know he loves it. Yeah. Although he got worried and he cut back, he tried to redo it. I'm like, no, man, make it bigger. Like, play on it. Fucking, if you're gonna lean into the meme, you don't fucking run from it.
I wonder if he like sold it to somebody years ago for like $200 or something.
Oh, I'm sure he sold it for like $1,000. You know, $500,000, something like that. And like now it's 132 grand.
Whoever owns that, man, that's one hell of an investment return they're getting.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, the price on this is only going to go up because it's articles and
yeah.
I mean, you type in Rob Liefeld's name in Google, and this is the image that shows up. You know what I mean?
That's very funny.
It's his most famous image. But that's all I got. What a good night, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Nerd Den.
Yeah.
You guys gonna have a good weekend?
I am going to an art fair in DeLand tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but we've just been through a really nasty nor'easter. So
I know we did not discuss this yesterday, but I'm assuming there is no lore games next week.
Yeah. So next week, that's true because it's Thanksgiving.
Right.
There probably won't be a lore games. So Zach, no lore games,
right.
And no Nerd Den because we'll be out for I'll be traveling. So. I'm sure everybody wants to take some time off. So, but we'll return the weekend after, and that just gives Zach some time to create some like fucking misogynistic calamity.
Hey! I'm not. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be like December. Can we figure out a way to totally just ruin Christmas in this adventure?
Yes, I think we should. That should be the oh, what if Zach? What if the climax? What if the What is
Stop
this?
bringing the monkey back into the story, okay?
Oh, you can see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah.
I guess it is based on like reality, but not.
Right. He took off Arnold's arm. Yeah, there you go. That guy was fucking huge.
Yeah.
All right. So what were you saying, dude?
I was like, what if we had the climax of the campaign be the Christmas edition, where there's just like snow and blood?
How about this? The PCs end up fighting alongside Santa against the Christmas Elf Revolutionary Army.
Sure, or somebody pretending to be Santa.
Yeah.
Devoid pretending to be Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
all right. Yeah, all right. So 2 weeks works for me.
Cool.
And,
Yeah.
happy Thanksgiving, everyone. If I don't see you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll be around. I'm on. Hell, I'll be up tonight. I'm trying to do a sale on Tuesday, like a Black Friday sale, because I was like, oh shit, fucking Thanksgiving is coming up. I should do a Black Friday sale. And Dusty was like, awesome. When is Thanksgiving? And we looked at the calendar and we were like both like fucking kicking ourselves. Like, why didn't we do that? Why don't we start planning this in like, I don't know, September, October, beginning of November?
Well, it's so easy to forget it's coming up, you know.
It just totally snuck up on me.
It only happens the same time every single year, you know.
Yes. Dipshit. I didn't do that. Awesome.
I was actually talking, damn it. It's my words of wisdom, and I'm not going to repeat them.
That's okay. The secret shall go into the ether. Well, guys, love you all. Doc, feel better, brother.
Thanks, man. Hopefully, I should be right as rain here soon. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. You have been suckered. Now you are forced to attend every week from here on until eternity. We have been doing this Nerd Den thing. How many years?
A couple years
Andrew?
now.
How many years have we been doing this?
Well, it used to be on my channel, and then you asked to let's do it on your channel to help promote your channel.
How many years total, though?
I don't know.
When did we start it on your channel?
Oh, 2018 is when I started doing live streams. So,
Damn.
So we've been doing this every week for.
Well, no, maybe not 2018. 2018 is when I started posting daily videos on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
When we started live stream, I don't remember. So
maybe 19.
Probably around that time.
I just remember, maybe a couple years ago, I started hearing Todd complaining about how he's got to do this stupid thing on Andrew's channel on Friday nights. So,
How long have you been working with Todd, Dusty?
Too long.
Almost 2 years.
Okay.
I think 2 years in February or something. It's been a while.
He regrets every waking moment.
How'd you find? Did Todd just throw you in a van and just be like, "You're mine now"?
Pretty much.
That happened.
That Dusty made the mistake of raising his hand.
Yes, yes. I now know better.
Just
keep your head down.
Right.
We need a new victim. Partner.
Yes.
a new victim.
Is that why you borrowed my van?
No, your rape van can stay in the parking lot filled with candies. It's fine. Anyway, we'll leave on that note. That's a good note to leave. We'll end on that note. It's a great one.
Can that be in the game too?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll put the Andrew's rape van.
Please take note.
Please, yeah. bowls of candy and like soft interior. Shag
Bean bags, yeah. Dude,
Bean
I saw
bag
the
and shag.
sickest custom van, and it was like like a real true shaggin' wagon at this car show over the summer, man. It was like Chevy van, and dude, yeah, it's so
like
tricked
the
out.
A-team van, but for like inappropriate behavior.
Dude, that's my dream. I just want an A-team van.
I know, dude. I know. I actually met a guy that actually he bought and custom modeled a station wagon, and it looks to make it identical to the National Lampoon.
Oh yeah,
station wagon.
Sick.
Yeah, it's fucking ill. I was like, whoa, no way. Is that the real one? He's like, no, I custom made it, but it was so dope.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I was like, that's like legend shit. You're not trying to custom make like a fucking hot rod. You're just like, no, with a Chevy Chase van.
Yeah,
it's gotta have like a dog leash hanging out one of the doors. And,
yeah.
Or strapped to the bumper. Strapped to the bumper, I think is what it was.
A half-eaten tuna fish sandwich, in the little Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Dude, the first one's so good, man.
It's such
He's got that when he asks for directions, he's like, "Can you tell me, yo, fuck your mama?" That's the best line in the whole movie, man.
Yeah. For sure, man.
All right.
That's so good. All right, guys. Love you all. Feel better, man. Peace out. Have a good weekend. See you in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving. And Lore Games Christmas Murder Edition coming up.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
All right, guys. See you soon. Bye.
How do I do this?
Peace. I'll just kill it. Oh, you know what? I got to, instead of killing it, I should actually like turn it off. So hold on. Bye. Peace out.